Well, hello again. This is the third video for the first half of week 11. You should have already watched the regular update, assignment instructions, and also watched the video on choosing colors for your project. So this video is going to be on how to use word art or word clouds for your data visualization. You've probably seen word clouds a lot, but many times you'll see word clouds that aren't data driven. Our word clouds that we're going to create today are going to be based on your data. So depending on your survey data, if you had a multiple response question or a free response question, those would be great for word cloud visualizations because we can take the words that were provided and we can give them weights and create a picture out of them. So we'll get started doing that very quickly. I'm going to share my screen so you can see how to do that. So we are going to use a website called wordart.com. You can see up there, wordart.com. And you'll just click create now. You can log in, you can sign up to save your work, but you don't necessarily have to. I would recommend saving it just in case we want to edit it later. Excuse me. So what we're going to do is we are going to take survey data and enter it in this words area and give it the correct size, and we'll use our color set to be able to create a word art. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our survey data, some survey data from last year when we were conducting surveys for the AAC project on shade trees. So I'm going to show you the data. What I've done, there we go. What I've done is I've taken the particular multiple response question. When it's hot at Tempe campus, what do you do to beat the heat? Choose all that apply. And I copied that over to a new sheet, and then I've created my own data table. So what I did was I took each of the words and I counted, okay, how many times did they respond to each one of respond with that word? Then I calculated the percentage, and then I divided it by 50 just to make it a smaller number. You can actually use these counts in WordArt. Some programs you can't. But to make it a little simpler, I just kind of made them smaller, but you can still see the weight is data driven, is proportional because I've done 28% of 50. But again, you can use these counts. You should be able to use these counts as is. If it has problems because they're it's too hard to get it to work, you can always reduce it and add your own weight. So then when we go back to WordArt, I'm going to show you, I've created, ooh, where did it go? There we go. I've created one using that data on my own. So what I did was I took those words and I typed them in. You can, if you would like to, you can click this import and you can paste your words in. Just be careful that it's going to actually oftentimes break these up. So like it gave me stay in indoors on 2 different lines. So it was not quite much faster to do it that way than just to type it. So you type them in, you then put the weights you would like to give them on here. And then what I did is I created a color palette that I felt was really relevant. You will want to use your color palette that you're choosing for your AAC project long term. So there isn't an assignment to turn in a word cloud on Wednesday, but you can do a word cloud for your infographic. By Thursday, you'll have your color choices, so you can enter those in and create a word cloud if you'd like. But I chose a kind of I think it was on the other website, it was kind of a beachy theme. And I entered those colors. So again, when you click color, you're going to enter that hex number. So this is why having the hex number is really helpful. You can just enter that hex number, apply, and then it'll actually put them in there recently used for you too. And then right now I'm putting default angle. We can change that later. And again, we can change the font later too. I did select it here. And then once you're done, you click visualize and it will process it. And over here, you're going to see your words. I also, to start with, it won't be in a shape like this. So the next thing you can do is you can choose a shape. So because it was about shade trees on campus, I chose a tree. If you're doing the water project, you might want to choose the water droplet. So you can see different options for different shapes, all sorts of different choices. I'm gonna go back to the tree. Just making sure that we're sharing here. You can change the fonts here. I chose Margaritaville because again, kind of beachy theming. I don't know why, but there are a whole lot of different choices of fonts that you can choose. And so you could change that and then click visualize and it's going to change the font for you. It should be changing the font for me. I'm not sure why it's not. You may need to change the font up at the top under words. So you may actually, once you find one, if I wanted to change that to Roboto regular, now it should just change that one word. Yeah, so you could also do that if you wanted to highlight a particular word. We'll go back to the Margaritaville. So then you can change the layouts. So if you wanted to have maybe it randomly generated, right now it's in a horizontal, so you can kind of read them a little better. I prefer the horizontal if you're doing data visualization, just so that people can read it a little bit easier. But there, you can change that. You can change the amount of words. So I've had it's going to generate based on your proportions, but maybe you don't want so many words, so it's a little more readable. You can just click define and you can then drag. So maybe you want more words, you want fewer words, then you click visualize, and then it's going to fill in your picture a little less. So you still have the proportions. I do like the vertical. You can change the density of the words, so you can make them less dense, more dense, a little bit less dense. And then you can change style. So color emphasis will actually emphasize or de-emphasize your colors of your words a little more. Background color is, hopefully I always choose make transparent. I like the background to be transparent when we're using the image on other things, but right now I'm not going to do that. You can make the background image less prominent. So you make the tree a little less prominent. I would not do any animations. You're not going to use it in a way that needs to be animated or any rollover text kind of things. So once you're all done and you've visualized what you like, I kind of like what it's looking like right here. When you're done, all you're going to do is click download and you want the standard PNG. And then you have, let's see if this shares. Oh, it's going to show you, good. Then you have your final image and you can insert that into your PowerPoint document. You can do a lot of things with it. So this is a word cloud, pretty easy to do, but basically you want to make sure you're using data-driven lists of words. So making sure that the words actually mean something and it's not just a random, proportionally random set of words. Using the color sets you've chosen, using good design theory to make it readable and still look good. So hopefully you understand word clouds. Again, the website that you're going to be using is wordart.com. And have fun. Thanks. Bye.